No, porque las dejaste arriba, adentro de la backpack. No, la backpack que me diste. La combat mask. No, es unas onigiri rice balls. No puedo ver mi mapa. ¿Seguro que es en Brenna, nuestra base? Not bored.
Handle like the stream.
Sí, voy llegando a Network. Que hay un camión que volteaste. Sí. Destruido. Ujú. No, no le gustan tanto a Madison. Ah, porque tienen cream cheese. Y creo que no le gusta el cream cheese. Está viendo un zombie. La tienes en automático, ¿eh? ¡Ay, mátalo, que me está matando! No puedo salirme. No me puedo vender. Porque estoy atorado. No me puedo salir, pues si me pudiera salir me hubiera salido. ¿Ves si te puedes subir al carro y lo mueves poquito? Ya me maté. Ya me morí. Sí, quítame todas las cosas, ponlas ahí en un lugar, dentro de una mochila o algo así. Aparecí aquí donde está la bandera. No, no hay camión. Sí, si quieres. ¿Pusiste que ese fuera el único punto de spawn? Sí, puedes poner uno. La punch card no puedes poner que salgan más. Porque creo que nada más te sale un límite de 5. No voy a morir otra vez si me dices ya que lo pongas. Le tienes que hacer reset, sí.
The next thing we need to do is we need to make sure we've got a custom JSON ready to go for what we want to do. So the request I received from one of the people on my private service was, hey ScaleSpeeder, this is a request for the Xbox server 1C, so it's a Chernarus server, and we want a land mill barracks 5 building at coordinates 13005 by 10121.33. If it's too big or out of place, we can go with a LAN mill barracks 3. So someone's asked me to put one of those up. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to save this as, here we go. So let's find out where it is first. So let's just take those coordinates. And let's go to the iSurvive map. And what I'll do is I'll put links to all these files and websites down below. So sorry, doing it in the wrong bit. Let's paste that in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's by Berezino, isn't it? Okay. So what do they say? So Berezino Military Barracks. So what we'll do, we're going to save a blank file as file, save as, and within the custom folder of my local server, we're going to save this as Berezino, so you spell it? Barracks.json. Let's put that in inverted commas so it saves it as that. So as you can see here, so on my local PC, on my local laptop, I've got a version of DayZ, a local server version of DayZ set up so that we can test that. So we're going to save that in the custom folder. You could save this somewhere else if you don't use a local server to test things on, and so we've saved that now. Now, kind of ignore the fact that that's all wrong. We're going to be deleting this bit in a bit. So the next thing we're going to do is we want to put in the format for how this file should be formatted, and we're going to get that from Bohemia Interactive's Object Spawner page. And you'll probably see it like that. So you click on show the template, and basically this file says, look, if you want to spawn in objects using a custom JSON, you need to use this format. So what we can do is we can just copy all of this. So we just copy all of that like that. So we can just copy that, put it into our text file and paste it. Okay, so what we're going to do at the end is we're going to delete this top bit. We're just going to use it for reference to start off with. So as you can see, that the format is, it kind of says objects at the very beginning, and then it'll say name, and they're just giving us some examples here. So land, wall, gate, fence, at position, X, Y, Z. Now remember, X and Z are kind of latitude and longitude, roughly, and Y is altitude, is height. And then you've got Y pitch R, which is yaw, pitch, and roll. So yaw is rotation of the building, pitch is side to side, sorry, pitch is forward to back movement, and roll is side to side movement. So they're all 0. As you can see, there's a few things that we could fill in here should we want to. So let's just save that so we're good to go. So now we need to get these coordinates. Now unfortunately, with this method, you need to have the altitude. So we can't simply just go to iSurvive and click Control C next to somewhere and then put those coordinates in. I can't simply put these coordinates in here at the top because we wouldn't have the correct altitude. And this is where DayZ Editor comes in incredibly well. And I would say, even if you've got a low-powered laptop that isn't very good at playing DayZ, buy yourself a copy of DayZ if you haven't got it already. Excuse me. Go to the Steam Workshop, and you'll want to subscribe to the DayZ Editor by Inclement Dab and his team. It is a fantastic piece of kit, and play DayZ. Play DayZ at like 10 frames a second. That's enough to use the editor, because we don't need to, because all we're doing is we're going and we're editing stuff. So I've got my copy of DayZ. There's DayZ Editor, and it says you've got to load in these things. So we load in those mods, and we just click play. And so what's happening now is this is almost like a kind of a single player version of DayZ. You don't use the DayZ Editor online. It's running locally. It's going to load up the map. It's going to load up the game. It's going to load up a load of editing tools that we can use to spawn stuff in. If you've used the Arma 3 Zeus editor, it's a bit like that. We can't load in AI elements. Well, we can't yet. Maybe one day we'll be able to. But we can load in buildings and structures and add them in. And what's really important about the DayZ Editor, it then can export those details in a way that makes it very easy for us to import them into our custom JSON, and then adding the files to our map group POS file as well, so they'll spawn loot. Because I'm a big believer of, it's okay adding structures. All right, so we need to open the editor. We want to go to Generous Plus. I'm a big believer in that if you're going to add elements to your DayZ, there's got to be a reason for people to go there. Sure, it's going to be interesting to have something different there, but if there's loot inside it, then people are going to be interested, aren't they? Okay, so we're into the DayZ Editor now. Just wait for it to sort itself out. We'll just be spawning stuff in.
Okay.
And then what we can do is, when it's sorted itself out, go. Hit M to bring the map up. It's running a bit slow today for some reason. It's running very slow. Just let it do all its business. There we go. Okay, so hit M, and we want to find Berezino, don't we? It's over on the coast. That's Berezino, isn't it? Okay, so this is roughly the area where they wanted to put it. So if I just press the middle mouse button there, let's just go back to I Survive. So you've got the petrol station there, and it's on this side of the road, isn't it? Okay, so let's just see. Let's go back. So it's probably about there. Press M to come out of the map. We can now have a look round. This kind of starts to give us a good idea of where they want this military barracks. Okay, so it's a good place. There's plenty of space for something, and it kind of matches the environment, doesn't it? We've got a road. All this is just some grass. So the next thing we want to do is I just want to go back to the request. And then, here we go. So they want a Land Mill Barracks 5. So literally, I can copy that, Control C, go back to the editor, click Insert up here, Control V to paste it in, and there it is. And then I can just drag that across. Okay, so let's just drop that in. Big, that, isn't it? Let's have a look. That is pretty big. However, we might be able to do something. Let's have a look. Before we bin it, let's just play around with it. So if we press Shift, we can spin it around. So this is like the barracks you get at Green Mountain, isn't it? Let's put it, say, next to
Sí, ya está entrando.
Just have a look around. Let's have a look
Ok,
around
yo
it.
estoy aquí.
Okay. Right, okay, so now let's get the correct height. So let's click that, press Alt, and drag it down. It needs to go back.
Voy, voy, voy.
Yo pensaba que yo estaba en central inicial.
But it needs to go a long way back, doesn't it?
Ah,
Ya.
The
¿Y por qué mi character ya no está?
porque
let's
se
have a
me
look. Probably something like
¿Se quita?
Ajá.
a bit further. What do you reckon? Oh,
Por ahí vas a tener un replay extra.
¿Dónde está tu mochila?
Yo creo.
¿Están ahí? ¿En esa mochila?
okay. So about there. Okay. Now, what you can do with the date thing, I can press T, if I remember rightly. And
No saques los jerry
No,
cans y los
fully.
dejes así. No vayan a hacer despawn, ¿no?
maybe not. Press the home button. Right, there we go.
¿No
So
te
it can
acuerdas
play
que
as
la
a-
vez
the
pasada
character.
también así estaba?
And by the
Yes,
beauty
it's
of being
on
able to
this
zoom
one.
in and play as a character, you can kind of have a look round, make sure everything kind of makes sense, because it's very easy to get stuff at the wrong height. Now, what's very good here, this particular location they've chosen is nice and flat. So it all kind of makes sense. I'm just going to... Yeah, it all looks all right, doesn't it? Go
No sé cómo ver
inside.
esos barriles.
Okay, so we've got a little bit clipping there. So that will be because the ground raises up. So what we could probably do is if we come out of this. So if we press Alt, click that, move it up just a bit. That might be too much. Let's go back to our character. Yeah, it still looks silly, doesn't it? It's too much. So let's go back in again. Just want those stairs to be at the right height. Well, that's not too bad. Oh, maybe. Let's have a look. Let's see if there's still some clipping. All right, okay. So there's not much we can do because of the way that the land changes. But I tell you what we might be able to do, actually. I'm wondering if the land is slightly flatter to the left. So let's... Why don't we just slide her this way,
Otra acá.
and then... She needs to go back a little bit. So we did something like that.
¿Dónde tienes las
So-
bujías?
Okay, we've still got clipping, haven't
Pues en
we?
el camión.
So let's just... So one of the things we could do is we could tip the building, but I'm a bit reticent to do that. What we'll do is we'll just move it up a fraction, like that.
Para el...
Let's see, because that you can still run in there. Come in
el
here. Have we got any We've got so we've got a little bit of
¿Cómo
grass
se
in the
llama
corner,
el
but that's fine. You
generador
could
de
say
electricidad?
let's just come in. There we go. Let's go out. Let's have a look round. Steps are a little bit high, but you could just say, oh, that's just the damp course is a bit high.
No.
But that looks all right, doesn't it? I think if we come out, it doesn't look totally out of place. Yeah. It's also nicely lined up with the road. You could argue that it should be a little bit further back from the road because people would be walking along here, couldn't they? But that's what you kind of go on for. Now, what we could do, let's just have a look round. Yeah, you can see how the ground rises up there, can't we? But what we're going to do, although they've only asked for this land military tent, and on the servers I've said, look, you're only going to get one structure per request per people. Let's give them some other stuff as well. So this is land military barracks, isn't it? So what could be next to it in this empty ground? Well, I'll tell you, why don't we give them a military container? There we go. So let's take that out. Let's put one there. What we'll do, let's just spin that around. Just make sure it's in the grass. Let's move it over a bit so it's more like that. In fact, what we're going to do, because the ground is so even, we might spin it around the other way. Press shift.
¿Si les pusiste que salieran más tarjetas o no?
Turn it around like that. Line it up at the side of the building. Bring it down like that. That's all right, isn't it? And then I tell you what, why don't we Control C that, Control V it there. Let's copy. Let's have another one. Another one there. How about we do something clever and copy another one, bring it into the air. Okay, so let's press home. Spawn in as the guy. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got a bit of a... So it's not quite lined up properly, is it? So it's okay at that end. But, all right, because this container needs to go down a little bit. And then, right, okay, so let's go back into it. That container needs to go down. Still lined up. Take it to, if we put that there, you can now see where that one needs to go. Come down a little bit. Now we can take this one, bring that one up.
¿En ninguna de esas tents tienes luces de Navidad?
Let's have a look. So that's quite cool, isn't it? Something unusual. And then we can go in here, we can go in that one. Go in that one. Now, there may be a problem with stuff spawning in here. In other words, stuff may well spawn, but it might get hidden underneath the ground. But, yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? So there we go. So there we got our 4 structures that we're going to spawn in for our server members. They look pretty cool, don't they? I think they're going to be quite happy with that. In fact, I tell you what we could do. No, we'll leave it for that. We'll leave it for that now, because you don't want to give yourself too much, because it becomes too complicated. So let's come out of this guy and let's file save. Let's do this as, let's call this Berezino Mill Barracks. Okay, so that's just in case something crashes. There we go. So they're good to go. So as you can see up here on the top right hand side, that's where we've got land mill brackets, land container 1, land container 1, land container 1. I tell you, we're going to do one more thing. Right, I can't resist it. We're going to do one more thing. Okay, we're going to do UH1. Rec UH1. Right, watch this. We're going to take the UH1 rec. Oh, come here. And we're going to put a helicopter wreck on top of here. We're just going to have to make sure it lines up. Like that. Okay, so let's just spawn our guy in. What does it look like? Now, I'm pretty sure they can't get up on, there's no way to get up on this roof, is there? There's no ladders. They'll have to make something. So what we're going to do is this. I'm not going to spawn any loot in with this helicopter crash, but we're going to kind of leave it there as a bit of fun. Okay, so there we go. So I think you'd be pretty happy with that, wouldn't you? As a custom location, a military break, helicopter crash on the top of the building, and some things. So what we're going to do now is we go File, Export. This is the really clever stuff. Export to mapgrouppos.xml. Then we scroll down here and we're going to go Berezino Barracks. We're going to export that. And then we're going to file, export to com.star.json. All right. And then we're going to call that Berezino Barracks JSON. Export that. Okay. Now we're going to leave this running. In fact, let's save. Right, we're going to come out, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into you want to go into your documents, and then we want to go into DayZ, and then editor, and then here we go. So we've got Berezino Barracks and Berezino Barracks JSON. So let's open these up in Notepad++.
Passkeys offer a brand new way to sign into online accounts that doesn't require a password. They're more secure than passwords and less of a hassle to use. Using passkeys and 1Password
Hi everybody, welcome to DayZ. It is release day for 1.19 when I'm recording this video, hopefully in a few hours time, but I just wanted to record another few videos, and in this one I want to show you how you can add the punched card to your Churnerous community server for PlayStation, Xbox or PC. Now, I'm not going to show you how to add a bunker or anything like that. I'll put a link in the description below this video to my bunker video. But I'm just going to show you the mechanics of adding it to your types.xml and a few other files as well, should you wish. Obviously, the bunker, the punch card is used in Livonia you have to put it in that panel there, which you can probably just about see there. This wall's in the way that I built, and it opens up the big door, and also it'll you can configure it so it'll open up the little door as well. So how do we add this? Now, this is the types.xml entry for the punch card. Now, to make this a little bit easier, if you go over to my GitHub repository, again, I'll put a link in the description below the video, the one that tells you how to install a bunker on Churnerous. If you go look in the README, near the bottom, I've actually included this, the punch card types.xml entry that you may well want to do. So you can just copy and paste that into your
Catherine very liked the stream.
¿Qué le hiciste? Ah.
¿Qué tal? ¿Te gustó ayer el Last of Us?
Sí, está bueno. A ver ahorita en los próximos episodios qué tal. Voy.
I'm gonna run it.
¿Ya llegó Madison?
That's fine. The green bean, broccoli, stuff.
Ok. Sí, yo estaba aquí desde hace rato. ¿No te dice la posición o las coordenadas de dónde es donde están?
No, nada más te aparecen con los zombies, cargos de zombies. En la-
¿Pero le pusiste que aparecieran más o qué?
Ajá. Más porcentaje. Pues vamos. Vámonos.
¿Ya?
Ya, la verdad, que yo- Necesito municiones de 5.56 porque ya no tengo.
¿No traías ahí varias?
No,
En las tents.
no hay. Nos vamos a ir en el de afuera, para no llevar.
¿En el carro de afuera? ¿Por qué no te quieres llevar estos?
¿No te los quieres llevar?
¿Eh?
A ver, ¿dónde quería ir ahorita? Va a haber 3.
¿Tres de estos? Bueno, vamos. Nada más con que no se descomponga.
Está nuevo. Ah,
¿Este está nuevo? Déjame ver si funciona mi mapa.
¿Ya?
Voy a ver. No.
Cartier
No,
Solomon
no
Liza
funciona.
like the stream.
Estoy de reversa. Ah, se me salió volando. Déjame me bajo. No traes para la pistola, para arreglarla.
Creo que yo traía el nombre.
Ah. Ajá, aquí está volteado. Por aquí está. Sube, 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 sube. ¿Hacia qué? Ajá. Me dices ahorita que lleguemos. Voy a poner la carne a cocer. Ya.
like the stream.
¿Qué pasó?
No, pues te dije que me dijeras. Ya lo puse en el air fryer. ¿Qué estos que están aquí, qué o qué? ¿Pero estaban los tres aquí así? Ya les habías puesto cosas. Oye, aquí traes lo que necesitaba. Para reparar mi pistola. O sea, no lo he visto yo. Ujú. Ah, ya voy caminando.
Y ya no, no me dio tiempo de ir a recoger lo que tiró porque se desapareció. Yo creo que es por tiempo. Uy, uy. Uy. Órale, güey. ¿Fuiste tú?
Sí, ¿me escuchaste o qué?
Sí. Pero ya no traes
Güey, trae una vaina azul.
traes un franco, un sniper.
Sí.
Puedes subir a una de las torres y ahí fue como yo los veía. Porque me estaba lloviendo y tengo de zombies, no traía armas suficientes.
Balas.
Y me quedé ahí arriba del me quedé arriba de
Torre.
una torre.
Ninguno de estos güeyes traía. Maté a 4.
Órale. Dime, voy a disparar.
No hay nadie más.
No, pero suena como cayera una bomba. Aquí hay agua. Ya limpié el primer piso de este edificio, voy a limpiar el segundo.
Aquí yo encontré uno que trae un holster
Ok,
y una boina verde.
voy para allá, voy para allá. ¿El hostel es naranja?
No sé si es naranja o no.
¿Dónde estás? ¿Estás adentro del campo? ¿Los mataste?
Los ando matando.
Voy a entrar, ¿eh? No me vas a disparar.
No.
No te veo. No, ya te viva uno corriendo ahí, ¿no?
Tienen varios.
¿Estás arriba de la torre?
Una torre amarilla.
Ah, una torre de radio. Aguas, ¿eh?
Ajá.
Tienes uno a tu izquierda. Y yo vengo corriendo por tu izquierda también.
Ya te vi.
¿Dónde es el duelo de la boina?
Aquí abajo.
¿Trataron un veneno?
No, ninguno de estos era.
No te digo que trae una gorra de oficial, no boina. Gorra de oficial. Y cuando corre, lo ves que trae una ¿cómo se llama? La madre.
¿Cómo te pones esa butt pack?
Necesitas, ahí tiene ese chaleco. Hay un chaleco aquí que tiene uno de estos.
El plate carrier.
No, uno de esos tiene un chaleco. Un chaleco verde.
Assault.
Ajá. Sí, este.
No, pero ya está ruined.
Pero te lo puedes poner, no importa.
No,
Y
no te lo puedes
le
poner
pones
si está
abajo.
ruined.
Le pones abajo la madre. Aquí hay para limpiar tu arma, ¿lo quieres?
Ya, yo traigo uno.
Órale, cabrón.
Oye, yo.
Estoy comiendo moto.
Okay. Thanks. ¿Qué pasó? No manches, ¿por qué sé? Acabo de caer en el edificio militar. Déjame hacer algo para el carro. Estoy en donde estaba la torre de... Voy. Estoy corriendo. ¿Cayó gas aquí, arriba? Creo que no está lloviendo. ¿En dónde están los carros? Pero aquí no cae o sí cae. No sé ni dónde están los carros. ¿Ya llegaste tú? Ah. Yo estoy arriba de una de las torres. Ahorita que se quite la lluvia ya voy para allá. Ahí, deja termino de hacer el steak. ¿Para dónde estás? ¿Dónde son jefes? No los veo. Ya te vi. Ya te vi. Estás a mi derecha. No, se toca allá. Espérate. Déjame subo el carro. Peña. Déjame comer rápido.